Hey everyone, welcome back to the SDL2 with C. So in the last log, we set up our game window and build the basic structures of our project. Today, we're taking it one step further by adding our very first player character, a simple square that you can move around the screen using your keyboard. So we'll cover setting up a character rectangle inside our game struct, handling keyboard input to move the square, updating logic so that the player can go off screen, rendering our player to the window. By the end of the slug, you have a working controllable character square and you'll understand the basic input, update, and render cycle that every game engine uses. For the project structure, inside this folder, we will going to have a cmake_list.txt and a src or source folder. So inside the source folder, we have a game.c file, game.h file or a header file, and main.c file. Now we have a cmake file. So cmake will handle the creation of the executable file and linking the library. So cmake will be the building system of our project. So inside the game.h or game header file, so inside that, in line 9 to 14, we have a game struct. So a game struct that holds everything about game. So the game will have a window, renderer, running, and character. And then we will have a function prototypes. Then inside the game.c file, we will going to define a constant called character_speed. So the speed of our character is 5. Now we will going to initialize the SDL, creation of the windows, and the renderer. So we're going to set the game running to true and place the character in the center. So line 31 up to 35, that is the initialization of the character in the center or the square. So here in line 40 up to 65, we have a game handle event function. So this function will handle the event loop. So inside this function, we will going to read the keyboard state, which means that the arrow key has moved the square at a character speed. So the character will move 5 pixels per frame. So in line 68 up to 84, we will going to have a game_update. So this function will prevent the character from going outside the window. So without this, the square or the character could move off the screen. So in line 87 up to 97, we will have a game_render. So this is a render function. So inside the render function, we will going to draw a square and we're going to show everything on the screen. And then for the line 100 up to 104, we will going to have a game_cleanup. So this is a cleanup function. So we're going to free up all the resources that we used. So here we have our main.c file. So here we have initialized the game and we have a constant with width and height. And then we will going to initialize the game itself, and then we will going to have a game loop. So this is the game loop and handles the input, update game state, render graphics, and delay the frame per second. So here we will going to clean up if we're going to close the game. Now we're going to build our program and then execute the executable file. Awesome! Now we've got our very first controllable game object running in SDL2. So let's quickly recap what we did today. We created a player or character rectangle inside our game struct. We handle keyboard input with SDL to move the player. We updated the game logic to keep the square inside the window. And finally, we rendered the character or the player as a square on the screen. This simple setup is the foundation for all kinds of games, whether it's platformers, RPGs, or action games. So the input, update, and render cycles stays the same. So for the next log, we'll expand on this by adding more shapes or starting learning about collision detection. So that's where the fun really begins. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.